Question. I recognize the member for Ottawa-Vanier.
Speaker, the supervisor appointed by the government to the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board is forcing the board to cut 83 teaching positions and 2 principal and vice principal positions for the next school year. Those are just not numbers on a spreadsheet. Those are adults who could help reduce class sizes, support students who are struggling, and make schools safer. Parents, educators, and students have been clear. Our schools need more adults, not less. Yet, after years of underfunding, this government continues to shift the blame instead of taking responsibility for the growing pressures facing our education system. So my question to the Minister of Education, now that Bill 101 gives the government even greater control over all school boards, can parents expect more cuts to classrooms and fewer supports for their children?
Minister of Education.
Actually, the member will know that the problem in the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board was the fact that trustees were so dysfunctional that many of the parents in that board decided to send their kids to different school boards. We saw an increase in the Ottawa Catholic system, a significant increase in that system, while the Ottawa-Carleton system decreased. So some of the challenges that the member opposite mentions is that there are just fewer students who will be in the class in the schools. So that means that there will be a reduction in some of the staffing for sure. Having said that, most of the reductions in staff, as the member will know, happens through attrition, so there will be nobody ultimately in the final analysis who will lose their job. Now, what the supervisor did do was cut executive positions at the Ottawa board itself in the administration offices. That's over $1 million worth of savings that are at the administration office that will be put right back into the classroom coming in September.
Member for Ottawa-Vanier.
Madame la Présidente, le ministre a promis que les conseils scolaires francophones seraient épargnés par sa réforme afin de protéger les droits des conseils francophones à se gouverner, une gouvernance par et pour les francophones. Or, la directive qu'il vient d'envoyer aux conseils scolaires empêche maintenant tous les conseillers scolaires de participer à des événements, à des formations, à des conférences pourtant essentielles à leur rôle. C'est assez ironique venant d'un ministre qui, lui, voyage à l'international pour assister à des conférences sur l'éducation. Le ministre argumente que les conseils scolaires dépensent de façon exagérée. Pourtant, je le mets au défi de démontrer de tels abus au sein de nos conseils scolaires francophones. Alors, je demande au ministre, va-t-il revoir sa position et permettre aux conseils scolaires francophones de se gouverner en donnant aux conseillers scolaires les moyens de faire leur travail pour assurer la survie de l'éducation en français en Ontario?
Minister of Education.
Again, I think that question itself speaks to the difference between Conservatives and Liberals, right? So what the member is asking me to do is restore funding to trustees so that they can go on conferences and that they can go on other events, right? So the answer to that is the answer to that is absolutely not. I'm not going to do that. The boards themselves and the professionals who work in the boards themselves, they can continue to do that because that's an important part of the work that they will do to help build their system, Madam Speaker. So they're going to continue to do that. But a direct answer to the member, no, I will not allow a trustee to expense conferences and association memberships. The job of the trustee is to represent parents, is to represent and ensure that the funding that is being sent to them is being used in an appropriate fashion. That is what a trustee does. And to compare the work of a trustee to a minister of the Crown or to an MPP shows a complete lack of understanding of the role of a trustee.